What's up, everybody? This is Jay.
And I'm Tay.
Man, we got Tay wanted to talk about something. So, okay. So actually, I told Tay, I was like, hey, we should talk about something. She was like, you want to talk about something? And I was like, yeah, we can talk about something. Let's do kind of like a praise report on our oldest in the house, Braden. He's 17. And then I said maybe we talk about like kicking and screaming. And so this video, I guess, is about maybe parenting, the struggles of parenting, and then hyphen kicking and screaming, and then what we've learned and what is kicking and screaming about. And Tay was like, "Oh, you want me to talk?" And I said, "Yeah, the fans love some Tay." And she said, "No, they don't." And I said, "Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do." All right, so talk about kicking and screaming, babe. What do you want to talk about kicking and screaming? So I told her I was like, "You want to talk about kicking and screaming?" And she asked me what we're going to talk about. So I'm kind of
He's the one that really wants to talk about kicking and screaming. It just
no, because a few weeks ago we were talking about changes and parenting and how it's hard.
It is very hard.
Like, it's not easy, right? Especially when you're trying to like implement positive changes that maybe have never been experienced before, or maybe you don't even know how to implement it or whatever. You just know there's an outcome that you want, and at the end of the day, we all want to try to do better, like better parents and raise a better kiddo. And in the beginning, it's always kicking and screaming. So what do you think? What do you think, like, from your perspective? Maybe some things that you've learned, like so in the beginning,
which is
our marriage.
That's also our statement for the year.
Yep, our little word of the year or phrase of the year is in the beginning, going back to the beginning and just try to like do. You can't really ever do a do-over, but let's try to do some things over that we wish we would have understood better in the beginning versus understanding now. So things that you've had like a revelation over as far as trying to redirect the kiddo's path in parenting. What's been some aha moments that maybe you didn't see in the beginning versus now through almost 3 years, babe? Almost 3 years. Can you believe that? We got married. Hold on. We got married June 25th, 2022. We are in March. We got two more months to go until 3 years.
It will be 3 years exactly. 3
years. Who else has been married for 3 years? Y'all been married for 3 years? Maybe y'all been married for 30 years. 3 years times 10. All right, go ahead, babe. All right.
So in the beginning, I know that I felt like I didn't want to really put like chores and stuff onto the kids and put more responsibility onto them and stuff like that. I was kind of do it all myself type of person.
Boy, that's good right there.
Yeah, because
you were kicking and screaming.
I was. The kids weren't kicking and screaming. I was the one kicking and screaming.
Because they didn't have nothing to kick and scream over about.
Yeah.
That just hit me. Boy,
they were very like pampered and catered.
Well,
I would say,
but there was a reason.
Yeah, because okay. So for me, with when it came to like chores and stuff like that, I kind of associated doing chores as like a punishment, or like you're in trouble, or you know what I mean. And that was just the way, kind of like the way I experienced it growing up.
Because it was that.
It was that for me. And
you're in trouble, so now you have to clean something.
And not necessarily that you're in trouble, but if it's not done right, too. Like, I remember, like, having to be woken up to do something in the middle of the night. Like if it wasn't to the pristine of an individual, you know, it would be like waking me up in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning, taking all the dishes down. If it was like a little spot or something, like
it was never a teaching training. It was more like,
yelling, you know.
Because I think the difference, just real quick, when it comes to chores, you're not after perfection. You're after a mindset of contribution. So what? That it's like they hit it 70%, right? You applaud that 70% because before it was 0%.
Yeah.
And that was kind of hard for you too, to kind of wrap your head around, like it's okay for that 70% not to be
it didn't have
perfection.
to be because I had like in my mind of how it's supposed to be, and then if they didn't hit it the way I wanted them to do it, then it was like, oh, just don't do it, I'll do it kind of type thing. So yeah, it was all on me for a while, but for the most part I was the one doing most of the kicking and screaming, and now I embrace it, and they are doing such an awesome job at their chores. Like seriously, like their little minds have shifted, and they keep their little spaces cleaned, and you know, picking up after themselves, and mind you, they're teens, and they don't give us a hard time about it.
So getting to that point, man, is a big accomplishment. I mean, we got 3 teens in the house, and getting them to do anything besides, you know, vegging out and laying around doing a whole bunch of nothing, you know, is an accomplishment. In fact, Braden went in our bedroom and made up our own bed.
Yeah.
Our own bed today. Because he felt bad about something. But he okay, would that have ever happened 4 years ago?
No.
Ain't that crazy? Like, you see, like, the mindset shifts and just perspectives.
You see the fruits.
Yeah, but it's hard.
I know.
It's hard at first.
Yeah, to get to the fruit.
Why is it hard?
Because it's experience that you've experienced, and your experiences have kind of shaped how you do things, you know. But once you like keep going and you stay consistent with it, it helps to do that, because like eventually you'll get to the expectation that you're, you know, the goal or whatever you're trying to, you know, accomplish.
I think you said that last week too. You were like, you know what? The hard work does pay off, I guess. You know, like, even though it's hard. 'Cause it is hard at first. Anything, I think, is hard at first. Whether it's a new job, it's hard. Or, I don't know, maybe a new school is hard. Or, I don't know, man. Like, whatever you're trying to...
Everything is hard. Like, anything that's new is hard.
Anything new is hard,
Yeah, it's a challenge.
And we get used to it the longer we do it. But like you said, it's so easy to give up and to compromise.
The easiest thing to do is to quit.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you were to encourage, like, maybe somebody who want like maybe going. There's a mom, or maybe there's a dad, or maybe there's you know, 2 parents that's like, man, you know, we want to make small changes and do massive celebrations on those small wins. That's what we do. But it feels so hard every day. It feels like a battle, the talk back, the arguing over it, the back talk, maybe from both kids, or from one kid, or from the whole gang.
Whatever.
What would you say? Like. What kind of encouragement? What would you say?
Just keep going, and if you're married, hopefully you're married. If you're not, fine, but just stay. Like, if you're married and you're, you know, you have your partner, your person, you can work together. Like, stay on the same page. Because if you're on one page, and that's what happened with us. We were on 2 separate pages in the beginning because he had his way of doing things and I had my way of doing things. And it's really easy to do things your way because you've been doing it that way for the longest time. So when somebody from the outside sees how you're operating and they try to give you some pointers of adjustment, you feel criticized, you feel some type of way about that. So it's like then you're pushing back on that person, and it's best if you guys can come to like a common ground, meet each other in the middle, communicate your concerns or issues or whatever that may be. If it feels some type of way to you, especially for us because we're blended family, you know what I mean? Like, I can't really break it down the way I want to, but just come together, work
we
together,
had 2 different
communicate.
ways.
Yeah,
it wasn't like we had the kiddos together,
right.
And now we're still modifying, training up,
and they're older kids
in the way they should go. But
yeah,
it's not like we got married with no kids and then we had our kids and now we're being flexible together, raising together from the very beginning together.
Because that would be a lot easier, I would think, if we had them together and we were able to raise them together. But we're coming from 2 separate spaces and bringing them.
That's a good point. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it would be like, because I feel like it would still be the same conversation of being flexible to train up, but
it wouldn't be as
it
hard.
would be one perspective, kind of. I don't know. Maybe
I mean it would be as hard if you're together and you're raising your kids together.
Brand new, like
new.
you brought in
Right.
the kid together, and versus, like us. I mean, they were over a decade old when we met. I mean, so you talking 10 plus years. I mean, Braden was 13, 14? Somewhere. Chloe was 11.
Because Braden's 17 now. Chloe.
Ari was 12.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So they were all already old and dusty.
And kids really do like responsibility, and they like having some type of contribution to the home. I believe they do.
Now. Secretly now.
They don't know it at the moment, but
but we've brainwashed them to love it.
And if you like, you know what I mean, like also just kind of giving them praise too.
Yeah.
They really like need that encouragement too.
Yeah.
Not always like, I don't know, like the parent being like frustrated or whatever. Maybe they didn't do it the way you wanted it to be done.
It's okay.
Tried,
I think that's the biggest thing, man. Like, so what they didn't do it exactly how you're so anal about it being done.
Yeah.
You know, you're like okay, when have you went into a new job and just knocked it out the park flawlessly? Like that doesn't happen. Nothing we try to do that's new, we're just gonna win at it. You know, unless you're just some kind of a, I don't know, genius person. You know, I don't know, it never makes a mistake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think the reward, just like you said, the reward, man, like, it's okay. It's okay. Well, we'll see.
Because everybody likes to be, have that encouragement, that little, oh, you did such a good job, or you know, just like that little praise here and
little
there.
fist bump. Hey, good job, man. I like how you did that.
And he's really good at it. He's always been a praising person. I had to learn to give praise.
You did?
I did. I feel like I did. I had to learn to give praise for the small things, like not for just the accomplishments in school, not for just the things that they are doing in sports or whatever that looks like, but for, like, say, doing this room and bathroom and maybe taking out the trash. I thank you for taking out the trash. Good job. You know, good job reminding me, because I sure forgot. You know, of something like little things. And it's like the little things.
Those habitual disciplines, I think we see the most, I wouldn't necessarily say commitment to, but very much a routine now versus back then.
Super proud of our kiddos. All three of them.
Yeah.
All three of the munchkins.
I mean, yeah, man, no one's looking for perfection, and I don't think anybody should look for perfection in it. But I think we should look at training and molding and grooming and focus on perspectives and character. Like there's always a perspective principle, and if we look at Scripture, Jesus talked in parables and spoke about principles in parables. Like there was always a mindset. I mean, look it up. All of his teachings that he came, I mean, well, besides he was, well, actually, in fact, even when he was talking to the Pharisees at sometimes, he was giving them the business more so, but he gave them things to think about. And so he challenged their mindset and perspective. And so that's all we're trying to do too, man.
Yeah.
Like, our kiddos,
I think we're doing a good job.
I do too. I think we're doing a great job. I think we're and the reason why we feel like we're doing a great job is because we are becoming a house that's not divided.
We started out divided.
Because what does Scripture say? Babe, give it to us. What does Scripture say? Put Tay on.
He just put me on blast, and I don't even know what to say right now.
A house divided what?
Can't stand.
There you go. You know it. Don't second guess yourself.
Well, you put me on the spot, and you make my mind go
Tay
blank.
knows a lot more Scripture than she gives herself credit for. A house divided cannot stand.
It's when you.
And so we're becoming.
Catch me off guard, man.
We're becoming. I love you, babe.
I love you too.
Yeah, we're definitely becoming a house not divided. That's all we wanted to talk about. We just wanted to take y'all with us cruising to Costco, because now we got to come in here on Costco, and everybody in the world, because they just opened up a new Costco on 380.
Everybody want to be here.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Who showed us that picture about all these lines when this Costco first opened? Man, it was crazy. Everybody was waiting. Man, maybe that was. Who was it? I don't know. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and bounce. We need to get in here, and we're going to get some lamb chops. We need to get some waters, and we need to find some new cookware because all of our non-stick pans have like scratches in it. And I saw this video talking about if your pans have scratches in it to where the metal and the non-stick is off, it's not really good whenever you heat it up and you cook in it. Because some of those elements can get into your food. So we're going to trash all those today and
start brand new
in the beginning. Hopefully Costco has some good deals. But anyway, love y'all. Be blessed. We're out.
Bye.